Hello folks and welcome back to Medieval Total War. I am Constantinople and this is going to be part 26 of my early campaign where I'm playing as Aragon. And you know what? I may have finally found the light at the end of the tunnel. And here it is. It's in the shape, it's in the form of a Mongol horde. They have finally arrived. They kind of teased at first. They kind of just gave me the tip at first and then they brought in the rest of the army. And here they are. They are attacking... well, the two factions I needed them to attack, the Byzantines and also the Egyptians. Now, it's a little bit scary because they are just a couple of provinces away from a province that I hold, but the Egyptians actually do have a few forces. I mean, they're not completely weak here, although this jihad is just a few turns away before it completely fails and goes away. When that happens, this Sultan is going to lose one of his points of influence, so he's going to be down to 4. And also, when you lose battles, you also lose influence. And if he's going to be losing battles to the Mongols, then he's going to be in for a hard time here. So I have my bishop is up here. He's going to be trying to get a ceasefire with the Egyptians. It looks like he's a long ways away, but he's just one province away from them. So hopefully he can achieve that in this end turn here. So fingers crossed, because I have 8 ships ready and waiting to fill in all of these spaces here to the Aegean, to the Sea of Marmara, Black Sea, the I need to get this one down, the Dodecanesa Sea? I don't know. And then the Eastern Mediterranean. These are the big ones, and the Nile coast as well. They're ready. They are so ready. They want this. They want this bad. And my treasury is down to I'm only losing 3,000 a turn now, so, you know, it's small gains, right? It's small victories. My army in Constantinople has been hanging on for dear life. They did fight off a really savage Egyptian attack in the last episode. They're hanging on, and I don't know if they could hang on any further, though. Hopefully the Byzantines know better than to attack me because they are at war with the Mongols. And same goes for the Egyptians. Hopefully we can get that sorted out soon enough. And so with the East, I do think it's going to get sorted out, right? It's just going to be a question of, you know, can I actually hold Antioch? I sure hope so. I hope so. Luckily, the bigger force of Mongols is up here. And then down here, it's a lesser force. And hopefully the Egyptians can do enough of a kind of buffering them off of me kind of deal. We will see. We'll see how that goes. With the French, it's a little bit, I mean, it's interesting. The French king got himself separated. He's here in Prussia, and he's separated from the rest of his domain, which means that his influence is not reaching all of these other regions, which means, ta-da, we are getting rebellions. For example, here in Scotland, we're getting a Highland Clansman. This is actually a pretty good unit. 2 urban militias, and then a crossbowman. And they are here to kill the king's younger brother. Well, younger, he's 59, but yeah, he's younger by like 2 years. And they might be able to do that. Or he might just retreat. And then the French would just bring in this army here from Northumbria to conquer Scotland. But then what happens? Northumbria, they would also lose their population loyalty because this army would be, you know, leaving. So that's how it's kind of a trickle-down effect. Mercy's at 128%. And then Wales is at 150%. So we're working on it. We're trying to get that faction reemergence there in England. Denmark's at 124. Sweden's at 155. So we are, yeah, it's a work in progress here. Ooh, I did forget to check on, God damn it. I was going to start up a German campaign really quickly just so I can see what the starting regions are for Germany. But I suppose we can kind of just guess at it, right? Like, it's going to be probably, you know, Friesland. I don't know about Lorraine. Maybe Lorraine. Swabia, I'm sure it is. Switzerland, sure. Tyrolia, I think so, yeah. Burgundy, yeah, I think Burgundy. And then, as far as Austria, yeah, I don't know. I think so. I think these places are also under German rule in the beginning. So what the importance of that, though, is that, you know, the provinces that were previously owned by a faction that is now eliminated, they're the ones that are in line for faction reemergence somewhere down the line. So that's where we're keeping tabs on that. Luckily, the French armies have moved off from my border. thank Christ, because it's always terrifying just seeing like, you know, like 8 armies sitting here and it's like, oh god, they're waiting, they're doing it. But yeah, luckily there's no French agents in my territories, so they're not interested right now. There's French territories in Morocco, actually. So yeah, we're in the hole. You know, we're down 53,000, and that's only going to keep going further and further down until we can until we can repair relations with the Egyptians, and hopefully that's going to be coming sooner rather than later. Moving on to the next turn, the Polish are retreating from Kiev, so the Mongols are advancing. And the Poles are retreating from the French here in Poland. Ooh, wow, okay, so the French have taken the capital of, Poland itself. Let's see, it looks like we did run the Inquisition out here in Wessex, so the zeal should be lowered there. And they're still rejecting my goddamn ceasefires. Why? Oh, no. No. Okay, well, I guess the Mongols just have to do some more work against the Egyptians to convince them that it's going to be in their best interest. Man, that's really frustrating. Gosh. So, I'm wondering, okay, at this point I'm wondering, because I do have those 8 boats, right? And maybe I just use my strength in numbers to bully my way around that part of the sea, so at least that I can get up into the Black Sea and trade with that. So I wouldn't be able to trade with the Egyptians, but I could still trade with a few more ports. I don't know if it's worth, like, I don't know. If they're not going to be accepting my ceasefires, like, what do I do? I need them bad. I suppose what I could do is move one of my boats down here to the Malta Channel, so at least I can trade with this port. And I guess I could move a boat down here to trade with the Sea of Crete. And we will see. There's these 2 boats up here in the Black Sea that belong to the Egyptians. And gosh, like, yeah, sure, I could beat them, but I just don't trust my navies anymore, you know? Like, I just, you know, if I beat them but then lose 2 boats or 3 boats in the process, is it really worth it? I don't know. So I'm going to try to nip off as much trade as I can here, just to, you know, lessen how much I'm losing in the process. What I can do is I have an extra boat, so I can bring it back up here to the Bay of Biscay, and so I can trade with at least these French provinces. So let's do that and move him around. And the Scottish rebels just straight up kicked the ass of the king's brother. He barely escaped with his life. He's down to 3 men in his unit, including him. Wow. So they just took Scotland. It looks like there's still... Oh, okay, interesting. So there's 8 men left in the castle, but then 3 of them escaped? What? That's confusing. I thought it was only 1 unit. I don't understand what happened there. Unless they killed the brother, and this is just another brother. I don't know. But yeah, that's good. That's good news. And Mercia is down to 125%. Wales is 142. Wessex 130. So yeah, we're working at Wessex. Their zeal's down to 33% as well. So that's just because the Inquisition just burned itself out. And so now the king's influence should be touching his realm again, because they were able to unite the 2 halves between by taking out Poland, basically. The Poles are not gone, but yeah, they're on their way out, it appears. But if the Mongols can keep moving along here, they should start going to war with the French sometime soon. And this king's gonna die soon. And his heir is this now Zero-Dread Prince Louis. Thanks to my inquisitors, they were able to turn him into a God-fearing man. And yeah, now he's a gentleman, no dread at all. So it's going to be interesting to see if that really has any effect, because I don't know. I mean, I feel like the population loyalty right now isn't that great all around. But maybe that's because it's not counting his king's influence yet. Maybe they need to like take this castle first or something. I'm not really quite sure about that. Ooh, and the Italians did take the papacy, or you know, the papal states, the province from the French. Okay, wow. Yeah, the Italians are still putting up a fight. It's kind of crazy that they're still around. They're still, yeah. Same with Tyrolia. You know, like they've taken Tyrolia from the French. The French need to really like buckle back down and focus on the Italians instead of, you know, trying to fight the Poles as well, because the Mongols are coming and they're going to give the French a hard time on this front. And the Egyptians are going in for a round 2 in Constantinople. Oy, 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 oy. Man, you'd think that they had better things to do right now. Oh man, I don't know. I don't know if this is this might be the end of the line for this army here in Constantinople, but never say die. You know, I did say that last time, and I was proven wrong. There is a civil war happening, but I believe this is the it's a Polish civil war. So the rebels hold Volhynia, and the French did retreat from that. Okay. Yeah, they're coming out with a lot of guys. I only have 900, and they're bringing in almost 1,500. Oh come on! Oh jeez. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, so what do they have? In their first wave, I'm seeing 2.5 units of Armenian heavy cav. They also have their general, who's a nearly whole strength unit of Gulam bodyguards. They also have a unit of Ghazi infantry, which is a really good, you know, axe infantry. And then a couple units of Saracen infantry. One of them is pretty damaged. Full strength unit of Muwahid foot soldiers. Let's see, 2.5 archers. Some camels. Yeah, 2 units of camels. Oh, it's actually not the family member that's leading this army. It's actually the Bedouin camel warrior. It's a 4-star general. He's going to be easier to kill. There's less armor on these camels than on the Gulam bodyguards. So maybe we can get a lucky break on killing a general again. That would be the only way that I see I could win this. In reserves, honestly, like it's kind of tough, you know, getting into the reserves as well. A full strength unit of Gulam bodyguards right here, and I don't know, I guess a lot of this is scraps, but it's the Gulam bodyguards and then all of the Bedouin camel warriors down here that's going to be kind of difficult to deal with. Well, I think I found my forest. This one is right here, and it's on this beautiful hill overlooking the entire map. There's a little village down there. That must be Constantinople. And yeah, this is looking okay. Kind of flattens out a little bit right here, but this might be okay, honestly. Just giving my crossbowmen a decent little shot right here. And on this side, it's a little bit steeper, but it's big enough to hold my entire army. I mean, especially my entire army, because yes, it's kind of small. What do you think, folks? Can we pull off another Christmas miracle? I mean, we have some Pavius crossbows in the middle, some urban militia, some feudal sergeants. On my right flank, it's going to be some urban militia, some crossbowmen, some spearmen, with a couple units of cav, faris, and mounted crossbowmen. And then on my left flank, we have archers, spearmen, 5 halberdiers, chivalric sergeants, another unit of faris back here. And then my one-man general, my 5-star Spanish unité. He's just been one man for a while now. And oh dear, I just remembered he is giving -1 morale now because he killed too many people that were rowdying away in the last episode, which is really too bad. So let's get in here. Let's get my guys grouped up, make sure that my crossbows are in the front here. And let's see how this goes. Okay, looks like they're gonna be coming in from that side. So, with haste, let's just bring my entire left flank over to a more central position. Luckily, I put my archers on this side. Actually, I was kind of thinking, I was being smart about this, and I was thinking that my left flank might end up being a little bit outside of the battle. So if I wanted my indirect fire archers, they should be on this side. Although, this group is being a little bit... Okay, never mind. Let's just set you guys up a little bit, like, right here, so you're in kind of a reserve position. And these Faris, though, let's bring them over. So my crossbowmen are going to be shooting into these step cav. Actually, I just remembered. Let's place my flag here, so if I get reinforcements, they'll be coming in right here. And yeah, my archers are getting some free kills, just sniping down some step cav. That's really nice of them to let me do that. What I'm thinking now is to sort of switch my center over to be more on this side. And then let's bring my right flank kind of down the line so they can cover down like here. And I think that should be good. They're a little bit outside of the forest, but oh well, what can you do? I will have my left flank kind of come here. They're still kind of going to be the reserves in this case. Let's make sure my general's right here. And let's see, Faris station up here, and they're going to still be on this flank. I need my mounted crossbowmen to have a clear view into the army. Looks like the heavy cav, the Armenian heavies are all going to be coming around on a wide flank. And yeah, that's smart. That's smart tacticianship. The AI is pretty good at kind of getting around you. It can be impressive at times. So let's make sure that my center, or actually my right flank, let's make sure that they can kind of curve in here a little bit to protect against this outflanking attempt. I'm going to bring my infantry units from my left flank, which is now my reserve unit. I'm going to bring these guys right on over to this side because I saw all the Armenian heavies come over here. And I know I'm going to need help there. Now, I think the Ghazis, the Ghazis are coming in first because they're a little bit faster. So let's make sure we target them. They are lightly armored, so hopefully we can do some damage to them. Let's bring our halberdiers over to the side as well. A lot's going to depend on stopping this, and that's a lot. But, you know, that's the thing. Fighting in the forest is very effective, so... I mean, against Cav, so... Hopefully we can get the job done here. Let's see, enemies coming in. There's 40 Ghazi infantry, some camels here. And, gosh, those guys are going to hurt. They are going to do a lot of damage. But let's make sure I stay disciplined and stay in the forest. I don't want to get caught out. Camels are coming in. And let's get urban militia fighting here against camels in the forest. Feudal sergeants coming in here to attack the Ghazi infantry. And do I have any more infantry on this side? Do I not? Where's my melee infantry? Are they all over on this side? Okay, yeah, I guess so. Okay, crossbows, you need to retreat back. I don't know why you're not retreating back. And then, yeah, let's get in here and fight these step cav. We got some chivalric sergeants here as well. You guys can shoot in. And then Faris, there you go. And yeah, you don't need to run away. There's no way to run away to. Let's get in here and fight. And how are we doing on this side? Are we cutting down the Bedouin camels? Please say we are. And I don't know how this is going. This isn't going to go too well. Looks like they are already breaking through my lines. My urban militia are fighting on this side, but yep, just as I say that, they break it, they run away. Archers are running away, and I just did not have enough men fighting here. Let's see, what do we got here on this side? Spearmen are fighting. Chivalric sergeants need to come in here and try to help out against... Let's see. Yeah, let's come in here and fight these Armenian heavies. The only part of my army that's doing actually okay is this side right here. We actually got a partial break on a few units. So if we can get a break on this, I think this is the general's unit. If we can kill the general, there's a chance, there's a miracle. Let's actually come in here with our mounted crossbows and start fighting here as well. And yeah, in the rear is just a mess. They're in here, they're fighting my guys. Most of my army is running away. But if we can kill that 4-star general, there's a chance for a miracle. I may as well start bringing on reinforcements because I do have them. And let's see, the general's pulling out. My general's been killed. Okay, well, that's not good. But I still do have some reinforcements coming on. Will they be able to get the job done? I probably not, but like, let's just fight this out and see if we can pull something off here. How about this for reinforcements? 1 Saxon Huscarl. He's ready to go. I've had this one-man unit of Saxon Huscarls, I think since like the very beginning of this crusade. And yeah, it looks like these other guys are coming on and they're retreating right away. They don't even want to fight. And this 1 Saxon Huscarl, oh my god, this dude's epic. He wants to come in here and fight these Saracens. Yes, do it. Do it. I don't know if you're going to get any reinforcements. Let's see, we got some fanatics. Oh, here we go. We got some fanatics and some javelin men coming on. We'll see if they can get there on time to rescue this Saxon Huscarl who's just attacking a unit of Saracen. It says the Saracen infantry is losing badly. Oh man, this dude's a beast. Come on, man, you got this. No, 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 I wanted him to survive long enough. Because I have 3 fanatics here. 3 fanatics and some javelin men as well. Oh man, see now they're just gonna get run down by camels. More guys coming on. Let's see if these fairies can actually kill some camels here. And yeah, these mounted targets are gonna run away. These hoplars are fighting spearmen. That's never gonna be a good fight. And yeah, my fairies ran away just immediately. Run, my royal knight. No, come back. No. Yeah, this is I have nothing. They're just so, these units are so dilapidated. Ooh, look at this, a 17-man unit of spearmen. That's like the strongest one I have. A 6-man unit of Vikings, a 7-man unit of Almohad urban militia, and then 7 chivalric men-at-arms. This is like a strong pocket right here. Let's go. Never mind. No, they're done. They're done. My army doesn't want to fight anymore. They have had enough of this crusade. And that's going to do us. I did only kill 157 men, and then I lost 390. So my guys will be retreating into the castle here in Constantinople. And now this is kind of awkward because I don't want to be at war with the Egyptians. And, oh man, I never destroyed all the buildings. God, that was like the whole point of taking it. Oh, crap. Maybe I still can because I hold the castle. I don't know. But yeah, so they pillaged some stuff and took some money. Whatever, not a big deal. They're demanding a ransom, but obviously I can't pay it. Do I want to pay? Oh, I could. I guess I still could pay it. I'd just be even more in debt. You can borrow the money to pay if you don't have enough. Yeah. Man, it's kind of tempting to, just out of nobility, you know, because those men have been through so much. I'd be getting 524 men back. But to what end, you know? Because I'm stuck here and I can't reinforce this province. I can't rescue them. I can't... I mean, I could bring my navy in and smash their navy, but damn. This is tough. Yeah, oh man, it's a really tough choice. I don't think... Because what am I going to do anyway? Am I just going to sit here and like wait till my guys starve out? Because that might take a long time and I want the ceasefire. So what's the fastest way to a ceasefire? That's what I'm trying to figure out right now. Do I actually go in and fight their navy and try to relieve this army? Is that the best way to get a ceasefire? Or do I let this garrison fall and then just try to get a ceasefire, you know, the normal way? Oh man, that's really tough. I think I'm going to not pay. Sorry, guys. And then the Golden Horde is the strongest military. Okay, good for them. And the French king has finally died. Okay, it's going to be really interesting to see what happens to the population loyalty of his realm. And the Egyptians still don't want a ceasefire. That's just so crazy to me. I can't believe it. I seriously can't believe that. Oh man, that's just so frustrating. How long is this going to be? So this is going to hold out for 4 turns. All the while, this army is going to be taking attrition from the siege. Is the Egyptian Sultan here? Or no? No, he's not. Okay. So he's over here. And gosh, yeah, that's tough. That's really, really tough. How much am I making right now? So I'm only losing 2,429 thanks to these extra 2 ports that I took. And yeah, gosh, it's so tempting to go in here. And how many men are in here? It's 149 men. It's going to last for 4 turns. What I'm really tempted to do at this point is to actually use my gigantic fleet here and start bossing around some Egyptian boats to get a little bit of retribution, but mostly just to see if I can inflict some losses on the Egyptians, and kind of make them think like, oh no, maybe we shouldn't mess with you. That's kind of where I'm at. Because obviously I can't go on the offensive here and make them pay for what they did. I can't force them into a ceasefire on this side. If the Mongolians aren't forcing them to get a ceasefire, then I have to. I have to be the one that makes them change their mind about this. So, yeah, I kind of hate this because I'm terrified I'm going to lose some boats, even though I outnumber them 7-1, and I have 3 of my good boats, including one of them being a 3-star admiral. You would think that I just raffle stomp them and that I don't take any losses, but I don't know anymore. So this is going to be my little medieval Total War experiment to try to learn more about how the Navy works in this game. Because at this point, above all, what's really important is getting that ceasefire, no matter what. Here we go. The French are finally at war with the Mongols. The Mongols have come in and they've taken Lithuania off the French. That's what I like to see. And they're also retreating from the Italians here in Provence. Jeez, oh Pete's. Nice. And the Byzantine Empire has been captured and executed, but its heir is taken over, so that is all okay for them. And then the siege in Constantinople. So yeah, my guys, I'm down to 132, but they also lost, the besieger also lost 38 men as well. So this is going to go on for another few more turns here. And yeah, let's see, Inquisition in Wessex, okay, and Northumbria. Alright, so the zeal in Northumbria should have lowered now because of that. And yeah, the Egyptians are still rejecting my proposal of a ceasefire. I don't really know how ceasefires work if you're in the middle of a siege. Like, I assume that that's not going to work out too well. This is my younger brother, Prince Fernando, argumentative, +1 dread, +2 valor. Alrighty then. I have found the new King of Scotland, and yeah, Lord Richie Louis. He is another 2 dread, 0 piety. And what would it take to kill him? Well, it's going to be a 68% chance. So let's kill this dude. And let's see if we can get ourselves another rebellion here in Scotland. Yeah, because Scotland, they're already at 41%. So they're in really rough shape. There needs to be a rebellion here any moment. A re-emergence, preferably. That would be amazing. And how are we doing? Let's see, Denmark's at 123%, 143% here in Sweden. Like, come on, let's go. Let's get this. I feel like France is kind of looking a little bit shady right now. I did look at a few of their generals. I saw a few generals leading armies that had relatively low loyalty, and we might be getting ourselves a civil war with the French sooner rather than later. So, fingers crossed. I don't want to speak too soon, but, we might be okay on that front. Right now, it's mostly just, I'm confused. This has really taken me aback. I thought that I would have a ceasefire by now with the Egyptians, and I don't. And I don't really know what else to do about it other than wait, and hopefully they continue to get beaten by the Mongols. When this jihad goes away and this the Sultan officially does lose that point of influence, that is going to hurt. that is going to lower the loyalty of his generals. So that is going to, be important. But, how long do I have to keep waiting? Another turn? Another few more turns? So I don't know. I don't know about that. That makes me a little bit nervous, but I'm going to try bullying their fleets a little bit, seeing if I can not change their mind that way. And yeah, we'll just go from there. There we go. We did sink the Egyptian ship without any losses to our own, so thank God. And here we go. We got ourselves another rebellion here in Scotland as well. That's what we're talking about. But yeah, not the faction reemergence that I wanted, but still, just a little something to make the French have to think about, think about something else here. The French are the richest, good for them. And then the Almohad Khalifa has died from an illness, so that's fine. They have plenty of heirs. And yeah, we still got 2 more turns before my garrison in Constantinople falls. And the besiegers took another 28 casualties just in attrition, so that is the cost. And yeah, the Egyptians still don't want that ceasefire. That's to be expected. The Egyptians have now sent an emissary to my king, but they have not yet asked for a ceasefire. In fact, they just declined yet another ceasefire invitation from myself. So what could they be waiting for? Well, I think this is 1 turn away from falling. And they might be waiting until next turn to ask for that ceasefire. That's what I always wanted. What are the Byzantines doing here? Guys. How did you get here? Have you always been here? This whole time? See, this is what I'm missing out on by not having agents in every province like I do with my Almohad campaign. Like, what's going... This is actually a decent army. They have Byzantine infantry, they have cataphracts, they have Varangian guards, they have Trebizond archers, they have Pronoe legion. This is decent. Jesus, this is going to hold out against the Mongols. Man, I don't like that because that's going to, like, kind of save the Egyptians a little bit, maybe. I don't know. And are the Egyptians and the Byzantines... They're at peace? No. Damn. So the Mongols, they're not really making a lot of progress here, are they? They have Armenia. They have Georgia. Huh. Man, oh man, oh man. I mean, the Mongols look like they're doing well up here, I guess. Although, oh, there's a... Oh, wait, what? Wait, what? What's happening? Did the Egyptians rescue the Byzantines from a siege, or did they just attack? How did this happen? There's no boats in the water, so how could have the Egyptians used a naval attack? But is it an attack? They're not at war. I'm so confused. I'm so confused. Or did they relieve the siege and did they push back the Mongols? They're not allies, right? No, they're not allies. I do not understand what's happening here. Okay. Well, I mean, the good news is the Mongols seem to be doing okay on this side of things. They're fighting the French, they're fighting the Poles, they're fighting the... they are fighting the Byzantines, right? Yes, they are. And they're also fighting the Novgorods, which I have no eyes on. I can't even see what's going on up there, which is too bad. I feel like I'm being left out. So, yeah, the question is, now I technically could actually relieve this army if I wanted to. How many men are left? 69 men, that's what she said. So if I wanted to bring, for example, say like half of both of these armies, they could actually make it. Finally, I'm not cut off. I could actually relieve my men in Constantinople. But now that I can finally do that, I don't know if that's what I want, because I might be getting that ceasefire from the Egyptians next turn anyway. And why weaken my southern borders? Like, yeah, the Almohads look weak from what I see here, but I mean, we all know what just a handful of bodyguards can do. No, we have Ghulam bodyguards, then a full strength unit of Ghulam Cav, and then 3 more units of Ghulam bodyguards. That's, that can do a lot of damage, like a surprisingly amount of damage. And why weaken my southern border and invite an attack from the Almohads? I don't see it. And if I have to sacrifice the lives of these 69 men, even though it is the holy number, I think I might have to do it. I might have to sacrifice your lives, the men who have done so much for me and so much for their kingdom. I might have to let this be their sacrifice, because I give this province technically to the Egyptians. I get that ceasefire, and then I can go back to trading with all of these ports. That is the hope here. That is the dream. We were able to kill the next King of Scotland, so now he is dead. So we'll see. We'll check in to see how things are going on in Scotland. And yeah, the French have retreated from Scotland, from the rebellion that's just happened. So, and it looks like the Mongols have made the French retreat from Brandenburg as well. And the French have also retreated from Bohemia. Wow, this is interesting. The Italians are retreating from Burgundy. Okay. And goddamn, we did lose a boat here in the Sea of Marmara. God, no. Oh, that's so bad. Damn. Damn, that sucks. And, sure, right after that dhow sinks my boat, then a storm sinks the dhow. It's just the timing, right? And, oh man, now we have an influenza epidemic here in Antioch. So income has been halved, just what I need. Jesus. God. And then, yeah, Constantinople has fallen to the Egyptians. So we did... So the zeal is going to be lowered here in Aquitaine. And let's see. The Egyptians still don't want a ceasefire. See, I don't understand. Now the Egyptian emissary is gone from my province. Like, what was the whole point of that? Oh, man. Oh, I should have attacked them. That sucks. Still losing 2,600. God dang it. Yeah, and the Mongols up here just aren't doing enough. You know? They're not doing enough. Alright, well, let's go back to using our fleets to bully the Egyptian fleets. Looks like we got a Bagala here, Zero Star Admiral. Let's bring these guys in. Let's stomp that fleet, and then we can move down here and destroy these Egyptian boats here in the Sea of Crete and the Eastern Mediterranean. Now that jihad has finally disappeared, and you know what? Let's look at the Egyptian Sultan. He's down to 3 influence. That's not good. Let's look at his 5-star general right here. 2 loyalty. That's not good. What about the general right here? 0 loyalty. And what about you? Okay, you have 6. Let's keep looking around here. You're down to 1. Oh my goodness. The Egyptians might be on the verge of a civil war right here. Family member right here is on 4 loyalty. And let's just keep looking around. 2. Yep, the Egyptians, they're headed that way. You have a few. And this has been a captured army. Okay. Yeah, the Egyptians, they're going to be having a civil war, would be my guess. And once that civil war hits, they are going to want a ceasefire, I would assume. But what do I know? I've been wrong before. Oh my goodness. The Egyptians are going in hard on Antioch. Holy crap. Okay. This just got really real. Let's see. So the French are retreating from Burgundy. Okay. And I outnumber them by 2 to 1. Okay. Let's see. They're bringing in, oh, holy crap. Wow. Look at this general. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8-star general. He is in a unit of Bedouin camel warriors, so he might be killable. And I'm not seeing too much super duper heavy cav. There's a unit of Armenian heavies and then a beaten up unit of Ghulam cavalry. Other than that, I mean, sure, Nubian spearmen, Muwahid foot soldiers, Saracen infantry. The Ghazi infantry can be kind of scary. And yeah, the crossbowmen as well. You know, 2 crossbowmen, arbalesters, Bavis crossbows. It's really not bad. Like, this is not a bad force. It's pretty well rounded. But I don't know. I mean, yeah, the the reinforcements have quite a few soldiers as well. Another unit of Armenians, 3 units of Gulam bodyguards. I don't know, I just find that in the battles that I've fought against the Egyptians, once I beat the first wave, that's kind of it, so we'll see how it goes. My army by this point is a bit outdated because it's been sitting here in Antioch forever without any reinforcements or anything, replenishments or anything at all. So it's a bit outdated for sure. And the Egyptians might be able to pull something off just on that fact alone. This is what I'm looking at for defense of Antioch. And you know what? It's a pretty forested map, honestly. There's a few open spaces in between the forests, but I mean, yeah, there's a big old open space on this side with a little building down here. But I feel like this is what I'm liking now. It's kind of up against the edge, but that means that it's going to be a shorter distance for my reinforcements to come on. And it's a steeper hill. Can be a little bit awkward sometimes. This forest up here is a lot bigger and it's a little bit flatter, but the hill isn't as great. I don't know. Like it'd be good to get some shots with my archers, but I think that taking the steeper hill in the forest right here is the way to go. Compared to the armies that I've been using in Constantinople, this army feels a lot healthier, which is kind of nice. I have some Italian infantry in the front. They're really good spearmen. Some feudal sergeants, decent. I just have basic archers. I don't have any crossbowmen in this army, so that's a little bit bad. So I'm going to be counting on my spears to be able to, you know, beat their cav in the woods, and that hopefully will be my victory. On this side, spearmen and some Rus spearmen, and then some javelins. And then in the center for my reserves, I got Vikings, some feudal men-at-arms, good swordsmen, and then some Abyssinian guards, which is kind of ironic because this is an Egyptian unit, but this is a unit of traders. They're my mercenaries, and it's an axe unit. They are a 2-handed axe unit. Good armor piercing. It's a good elite unit, I think. I've never used one before, so it's going to be interesting to see what they can do in this battle. Then on this side, regular spearmen, Italian spearmen, and then some Rus spearmen as well. Spanish javelins, mounted crossbows in the back, and then my 10-man Royal Knight General, which again, that's a lot better than that 1-man Genite that I had in Constantinople. Poor guy. He did a lot for me. He did a lot for me. So this is going to be a little bit cramped up here. This little ridge is it's kind of a tight space. So let's see what the Egyptians can do with this. Interesting that they're coming just head on with some camel units. I wonder, this wouldn't be the general, would it? No, it's not. It's not the generals. The general's back there. But yeah, I'm not really sure what they intend to accomplish with this, other than to lose a few camels to my archers for free. Now the rest of the army looks like they're ready to come on in, and they are taking a pretty spread out approach here. It looks like they're going to be coming in from all sides, which is it's smart, you know. That's how it should be done. Let's try to come in here and make sure they can't get into my don't turn your backs. Yeah, turn around like that. So let's make sure that they can't get in here and attack my archers from any side. So we got Muwahid foot soldiers, good spearmen, and then Armenian heavies. These are the big boys. These are the ones we need to make sure that we can take down. But I gotta say, in this game, I've been pretty happy with the performance of even basic spearmen, and I want to like knock on wood when I say this, but even basic spearmen, I feel like against heavy cav in the forest, they seem to do pretty well, and that's how it should be. That's the rules. So I've been pleased so far. Let's bring these guys in, and they can also attack these Armenians on this side. Do we have any units we need to worry about flanking right away? It looks like not quite yet. The Muwahid foot soldiers are on their way in, but they're not there yet. And how about on this side? Anyone looking like they can squeak through? Not really. Let's bring in these Abyssinian guards, because they can bring in their big 2-handed axes to get some cutting done here against these Bedouin camel warriors. And then, let's see. Do I want to bring my feudal men-at-arms up? Maybe yes. Maybe bring maybe bring them up to fight the Saracens. Yes, they can fight the Saracens. This is the spear infantry. So that's going to be a good counter, I think. Muwahid foot soldiers on this side. So what do we have to counter them? Vikings. Vikings will be a good counter to these Muwahid foot soldiers. So let's let my spearmen take the charge first, and then we'll come in later. How are we doing down here? Okay, Muwahid foot soldiers versus my spearmen. That's not a good engagement. Let's bring my Italians. This side's being ignored. So let's bring these guys over. And yeah, my spearmen are losing to their Muwahid foot soldiers, so that's not a good engagement for us. Let's bring my Vikings down now to fight these Muwahid foot soldiers on this side. Bring these Rus spearmen over. And yeah, for now, it appears that my front line is holding. Casualties are pretty even on both sides, and this is their general right here. This is the square flag, so we need to make sure that we reinforce. Maybe bring my own general in to fight here. And then, yeah, let's bring these Italian infantry over to support this center because they're pushing hard. They're pushing hard. Let's have my Rus spearmen support my spearmen on this side. And then, yeah, Italian infantry come in here to the center to help out. Are we going to break them on this side? We should. Let's come around the flank here, actually. Try to get a flank on these Muwahid foot soldiers. Let's see, our blasters are shooting in. The casualties are pretty even on both sides. Let's bring my javelins up. Let's get a flanking attack on these Muwahid foot soldiers with this unit here. And then, yeah, javelins can kind of hang out here. And then, yeah, Italian infantry are supporting the center now. Archers are still shooting. Rus spearmen are fighting here as well. And this is pitched right here. That's super pitched. How are the Abyssinians doing? I can't quite see them. They're down to half strength, so it looks like they are taking kind of a beating. This is a pitched fight. Let's see. We have, looks like we might have partial break on this side. Let's bring these spearmen over to support in the center because my Vikings and my Rus spearmen might do okay against their infantry. Ooh, their arbalesters are actually in melee combat. That's not good for them. So let's bring my javelins over to see if they can get some javelins being thrown in here against the enemy cavalry. And my mounted crossbows, let's make sure... Okay, so there's a partial break here in the center. Let's see if we can kill the general here. That would be wonderful. Yeah, that's the break that we wanted to see. They're still fighting on this side, so let's make sure that we turn around and try to break this unit of Nubian spearmen. And there we go. If that's the break that we need. Now let's bring in my mounted crossbows because they're the only light cav that I have. And let's bring them in to try to run down the rest of these forces. And there we go. The enemy general is running away. Perfect. Actually, let's see. So that's not him. Where is he? He's right here. So if I can have my mounted crossbows capture this guy, that would be good for us. I would just kill him because he's an 8-star general. I do not want him fighting against me again. Or maybe I do, just because he's going to be getting bad traits from this. So maybe I do keep him alive, honestly. Oh no, my poor Vikings, they got caught out. Oh man, that's always the danger with a little bit of pursuit. I was able to get the rest of my army back, but then the Bedouin camel wars. Oh yeah, this is the general actually. Yeah, I was wondering why. Why are they being so brave? Okay, yeah, yeah, now they're going to take off. There's only 9 of them left. And that's going to do it. Yeah, they didn't want to come in with any of their other men. So do I want to kill the other 86? See, now I'm worried because I don't want my general to give his men -1 morale for withholding the loot from his men. So I don't know how many times I've already done it in this province. I mean, I've already fought. This is going to be the 3rd battle that I fought against the Egyptians in Antioch. So I suppose I just leave them alive. I did kill 450 and I lost 282. How did the Abyssinian guards do? So they killed 113 dudes. They lost a lot though. They're kind of like, they felt like glass cannons. Yeah, they lost a lot of men. 113 is that's a good amount of kills though. That's some good damage, so. Alright, sweet. So we did some damage to the Egyptians. I keep saying this, but maybe that's going to be the thing that, you know, makes them want to get a ceasefire. We will see. So I did get 560 florins from that. It feels good to make some money, right? And unrest and Brandenburg. Oh, come on. So this is unrest. This is French loyalists attacking the Mongols. So the French just got an army out of this. It's not fair. So the King of Poland has been captured and executed, and he has no heirs. So that's it for Poland. Okay. Wow. That's it for Poland. And the Egyptians are still rejecting my proposals of a ceasefire. God. Oh, man. Man, yeah, the Mongols in this region just are not really applying much pressure, are they? There is still some Mongol forces here in Gazar that need to be activated. But it seems like most of the push is over on this side. You know, they're fighting the French. That's great. I love it. I love seeing the Mongols make it this far west. And taking out the Poles, that's great. That's great as well. Are they are fighting the Byzantines, right? Yes, of course they are. Of course they are. Yeah, this is taking a lot of the pressure off of me. And the Italians as well. The Italians are taking back land from the French as well. So I feel like it's kind of ironic. I went into this, and even like the last few episodes, thinking like, okay, this is going to resolve itself eventually. You know, the Mongols will show up and I will get that ceasefire and everything will be fine, right? And here I am wondering like, okay, what the heck? Like, come on. Why are they not accepting a ceasefire? Are they still... Yeah, he's down to 3 influence. There should be a civil war any moment now. Yeah, 1 loyalty on this guy. How about here? He's doing okay. And then 4 loyalty. 2 loyalty. I mean, come on, there has to be... It has to be happening. Yeah, 1 loyalty. 2 loyalty. There needs to be a civil war happening any year now. And when that happens, they will want a ceasefire, right? Please tell me they will. Gosh, you know, at this point, I am so tempted to play at least another turn because I'm just at the edge of my seat right now. I have to imagine things are going to be going down here in Egypt. I have to imagine I'm going to get that ceasefire that I've been trying to get for so long. I desire it so much. And at the same time, the French also are having such a hard time. And this campaign in the last couple of episodes has gotten... This is interesting. There's some interesting things going on here. If I look at the Glorious Achievements page, look at how many factions are left. It's just 6 of us in total. The Italians, the French, the Egyptians, the Byzantines, the Almohads, and myself. That's not counting the Mongols, and that's also not counting... There's going to be a papacy, you know, coming back. I'm surprised they haven't come back already, but they will eventually. You can't hold them down forever. And that's going to be giving the Italians a rough time. And they're doing so well right now. Who else is doing well? Yeah, the French have 70 points. The Italians have 72. The Byzantines have 67. But I will be making 14 points next time the points are counted, which is going to be in the year 1250, right? Yes, it is. So quite a ways off before that happens, but man, there is a lot happening in the meanwhile. And gosh, it's so tempting to keep playing because I'm just so interested in this, but I'm going to have to call it for today. And that's all. I'm going to have to wait till next time. As always, I hope you've enjoyed this episode and thank you very much for watching. I've been Constantinople and this has been Medieval Total War. Thank you very much and goodbye.